Welcome back to Mindful Investing. April 2025 is officially in the books and it's time for our monthly full portfolio update. Right now, my portfolio is worth $206,000. It's up 2% year to date, while the Nasdaq is down over 7% and S&P 500 is down around 3.5%. I currently hold 33 positions across high growth stocks, dividend paying companies and ETFs. I've invested a total of $108,000 so far and have another $90,000 in cash ready to deploy. So in today's video, I'll walk you through my full portfolio breakdown, the stocks I'm buying and selling, my price targets and stock predictions for the next 1 year and 5 years. Stick around because this is going to be a deep dive into my investing strategy and my game plan moving forward. Let's get into it. Before we dive in, just a quick note, all the stock predictions I mention are based on my own research and analysis. I've also been making dedicated videos in my stock prediction series where I break down these forecasts in detail. Be sure to check out the playlist in my channel. Now let's start with dividends. In April 2025, I received $111.32 in dividends, which brings my total dividends for the year to $592. And the fear and greed index has moved quickly. Just a few weeks ago, we were in extreme fear zone with a rating of 4. Now we are in the greed zone with a rating of 58. This is not the best time to buy aggressively, so I'm mostly sitting tight and waiting for a better entry point in the market. By the way, if you are enjoying these updates, it would mean a lot if you could like the video, leave a comment and subscribe. It really helps grow the channel and keeps me motivated to post these updates consistently. Let's start with my high growth stocks, which makes up a significant portion of my portfolio. First up, we have AMD. I currently have 20 shares of AMD with an average cost of $106 per share. Right now, the stock is trading around $98, which means I'm down over 7.5% on my position. AMD reports earnings tomorrow after hours, but I'm not worried. My 1 year price target for AMD is a 25% upside. And in the next 5 years, I see it growing over 213% based on AI demand and semiconductor growth. I have my buy zones set at $74 and $56. And if we see a pullback, I'll be adding more to my position. And next, I have Amazon. I currently own 20 shares of Amazon at an average cost of $192.76. Right now, Amazon is trading around $186 and I'm down little over 3%. I see Amazon rebounding over the next year with a potential gain of 21%, and in the next 5 years, I expect it to grow over 164% as AWS and e-commerce continues to dominate. I have my buy zones for Amazon's at $174, where I'll be adding more. I updated the growth rate of Amazon from 22.3% to 21.4% after their recent earnings. Next up, we have Google. I currently have 33 shares of Google, an average price of $163.59. And right now, I'm mostly break even on this. After earnings, I updated the growth rate from 15.1% to 14%. And now my 1 year price target is a 14% upside. And in 5 years, I expect 93% growth for Google. Google isn't as undervalued as some other stocks, so I'll be adding only if it drops to my buy zones at $148 and $136. Moving on to Arista Networks, I currently own 20 shares with an average cost of $83.65, and this position is up over 7%, while I see a 15% upside in the next year and a 96% gain over next 5 years. The upside isn't strong as some of my other holdings. It reports its earnings today, so I'll hold my shares as it looks like it's bouncing back technically. It can go back up above $100 if earnings are good. Now let's talk about Broadcom. I currently own 111 shares of Broadcom at an average cost of $180.59. My buy zones are $157, $143 and $122, and I see Broadcom growing by 19% in the next 1 year and 138% over next 5 years. I do not have any concerns on this company. I'm already up over 9.7% on this. And the next one, we have Nvidia. I currently hold 34 shares at an average cost of $123.25. And right now the stock is sitting around $112. I have my buy zones for Nvidia at $102 and $79. And my 1 year price target is a 25% growth, while over 5 years I see it gaining over 200%. With AI and data center demand skyrocketing, I believe Nvidia will remain a strong winner in my portfolio. Right, now let's talk about Microsoft. I currently hold 20 shares of Microsoft at an average cost of $397.83. And right now Microsoft is trading at $433. I updated my growth rate of Microsoft from 14.4% to 14.6%, and the updated price targets are 15% in the next 1 year and 98% over 5 years. But since the upside isn't huge, I won't be adding aggressively unless it drops to $366 or $350. And next up we have Tesla. I currently own 3 shares of Tesla at an average price of $239.50. And right now the stock is up over 14% from my entry point. Tesla's earnings were really bad, and I updated the EPS growth rate percentage from 21.5% to 19%. And my 1 year price target is 19% upside, and in 5 years I see 139% growth. I'll be selling these 3 shares this week in this portfolio, and as the growth percentage dropped, and I also have Tesla in my other portfolios. I'll be adding more in other portfolio if it drops below $200. And the next one, I have Lam Research. I currently hold 109 shares of Lam Research at an average price of $74.75. I'm slightly down over 2% on this. I'm considering adding more if it drops to $57 or lower. Based on my analysis, the stock has an upside potential of 8% in 1 year and 126% in next 5 years from current price. And the next one, I have Vertiv Holdings. I currently own 101 shares at an average price of $84.51. I'm up close to 10% on this. If the price pulls back to $62, I plan to average down. The stock presents an highly attractive upside of 27% in 1 year and 232% in 5 years. It is still an attractive buy if you don't own it yet. The next one is Nextracker. I currently hold 10 shares of Nextracker at an average price of $40.70. My plan is to buy at $33.50. Since it's a relatively new company, there isn't enough historical data for a 5-year growth projection, and the 1 year upside is only 1%. I'd rather wait for a better entry point below $35. And the next one is Chipotle. I currently own 58 shares of Chipotle at an average cost of $55.68, and I'm currently down over 9% on this. I updated my growth rate from 22.9% to 16.7% after their recent earnings. The projected upside is 18% in 1 year and 130% in 5 years. Lastly, I have the Trade Desk, ticker symbol TTD, where I hold 32 shares at an average price of $65.47. And I'm currently down over 14% on this, as the stock has fallen nearly 60% from its highs of $140. My key buy level for this is $40. The upside potential is 22% in 1 year and 179% in 5 years, making this a long-term opportunity. Alright, now let's move on to my dividend paying stocks, which provide stability and passive income. First, we have Realty Income. I currently own 51 shares of Realty Income at an average price of $54.79. This stock pays a 5.53% dividend yield and is one of my favorite monthly income stocks. My buy zones for Realty Income are $52 and $51. Next, I have Coca-Cola. I have 50 shares at an average cost of $63. And my position is up over 13% right now. I'm watching for a pullback before adding more shares of Coca-Cola. And the next one, I have LTC Properties. I currently own 71 shares with an average price of $33.98. With a 6.5% dividend yield, my buy zones are $33, $31 and $30. And the next one, I have Johnson & Johnson. I have 10 shares of J&J at an average price of $142, and my position is up over 8%. Only add if it dips below $140. And the next one I have is Target. I currently have 16 shares with an average price of $117.62. I'm currently down close to 20% on this. My next buy zone for Target is $82. I'm not seeing much upside, only 6% and 36% in 1 and 5 years. So we'll sell this up in few quarters. And the next one is CSX. This is a railroad company. It isn't a flashy pick, but it provides stability. I own 47 shares with an average price of $33.18 and I'm down over 14% on this. I don't expect massive gains, but railroad stocks hold steady in bear markets while still paying dividends. I also updated my prediction for this. The growth rate changed from 7.9% to 6.9%, which brings down the price targets to 7% and 40% in 1 and 5 years respectively. That wraps up all the dividend stocks in my portfolio. Now let's take a look at the ETFs I'm holding, starting with SCHG, which is the Schwab US Growth ETF. I currently own 321 shares with an average cost of $24.88. I plan to buy more at the key support levels I'm watching at $24 and $22. And the next one I have is SCHD, which is the Schwab US Dividend Equity ETF with 210 shares at an average cost of $27.63. I would like to buy more below $25. And then I have JEPQ, which is the JP Morgan Equity Premium Income ETF. It's an attractive ETF with 10% dividend yield and monthly payouts, which is a great bonus. I have 60 shares with an average price of $53.71. I'll buy more shares below $50. Moving on to AMDY, this is a Yield Max ETF for AMD stock. I currently hold 200 shares with an average price of $9.7. Since this is tied to AMD's performance, I expect it to rebound as AMD recovers. It also offers a massive dividend. On an average, I'm getting $55 in dividend from this ETF. However, this is a short-term hold for me, so I'm not reinvesting those dividends. Next up is TQQQ. This is a 3x leveraged ETF for Nasdaq. I currently hold 70 shares with an average cost of $56.58. Since this ETF moves 3 times the Nasdaq movement, it's strictly a swing trade for me. My plan is simple: buy low and sell high for this one. Then we have IBIT. This is a Bitcoin Trust ETF. I currently own 8 shares with an average cost of $43.62. And I'm currently up over 22% on this. If it drops below its 200-day EMA, which is at $45, I'll add more with additional support levels at $42 and $34. And coming to my swing trades, I currently have Bill holding as a swing trade in my portfolio. I have 30 shares with an average cost of $50.67 and I'm currently down close to 11% on this. Based on my analysis, the stock has an upside of 15% in 1 year and 99% over 5 years. And they are reporting their earnings this week and I'm expecting it to go above $50, but we'll see what happens after their earnings. And the next swing trade I have is GoDaddy. I have 5 shares with an average cost of $178 and I'm up close to 2.5% on this. With a 23% upside in 1 year, I plan to hold and wait for the stock to go above $200 and then book profits. Right, coming to my placeholder buys, I bought 1 share each of Meta Platforms, Palantir, TSM, Uber, Shopify and HIMS. All these positions I bought are during the tariff market correction, and look at this. HIMS is up 90%, Shopify is up 7%, Uber is up 27%, TSM is up 1%, Palantir is up 33% and Meta is up 2%. All of these placeholder buys have significant growth rate, so I'll slowly build positions in these growth stocks. That wraps up my full portfolio breakdown and my game plan moving forward. I'd love to hear from you. What do you think I should add or trim? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more investing insights. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.